Welcome to video 2, which is page 2 of the Unit 6 practice test. And in this one, we're going to be finding the equation of a line 4 more times. So number 7, again, you're going to notice the pattern here. I'm going to keep doing a lot of the same stuff over and over. Y equals mx plus b being the big part of this. I need to find m and I need to find b. So these are kind of my two big things that I'm looking for. It says determine the equation of a line that is perpendicular to this line. Well, the slope of this line is -3, or -3/1. But if my line has to be perpendicular, then the slope that I need to use has to be the opposite reciprocal to -3/1, which is +1/3. So that is my slope. And again, it tells me to use the point -12,6. I'm going to plug those three things into my y equals mx plus b, and I'm going to find b. So my y value is 6. My slope is 1/3. My x value is -12 plus b. So that means 6 equals, if you were to do 1/3 times -12, you would get -4 plus b. And to get b by itself, you must add 4 to both sides. So 6 plus 4 is 10 is my b value. So now I have m and I have b. Just move that up a little. All right, so y equals mx plus b. Y equals, the slope is 1/3 x plus the b value, which is 10. Again, you'll notice that my equation has a y variable and an x variable in it. Okay, I'm going to drag my y equals mx plus b down because number 8, again, I'm finding the equation of a line. So it's still y equals mx plus b. And it says that this line has to be parallel to the line that's shown in the graph. So this line in the graph has a slope. So my rise is -3. My run is +2. So my slope is -3/2. That's my rise over my run. All right. Now, what does this problem ask me to do? It says has to be parallel. So that means my slope is parallel to this blue line. So I'm going to use -3/2 as my slope. And I have a point, 4, 3. Just like the two problems previous, I'm going to use my y equals mx plus b formula. My y value is 3. My m is -3/2. My x value is 4 plus b. So -3 times 4 is -12/2 is -6 plus b. If you struggle with doing those fractional multiplications in your head, make sure you have a calculator to help you out. To get b by itself, I'm going to have to add 6 to both sides. And 3 plus 6 is 9 is my value for b. So my equation, y equals mx plus b. Y equals, the m is -3/2, x plus the b value, which is 9. So y equals -3x, or 3/2x plus 9. Part B, find the equation again. So again, I'm doing y equals mx plus b. This time it says it is perpendicular to the given line. So that means my slope needs to be the opposite reciprocal. So the opposite reciprocal to -3/2 is +2/3. That is opposite reciprocal. And it has to go through the point -2, -1. Same process again. N for y goes -1. The m is 2/3. The x is -2 plus b. So -1 equals -4/3 plus b. Add 4/3 to both sides. -1 plus 4/3 is 1/3 equals b. So I have my y equals mx plus b. Y equals m is 2/3. X plus the b is 1/3. So the equation of that line is y equals 2 over 3x plus 1/3. Number 9, again, keep seeing this pattern over and over and over again. Find the equation of a line. So it's still y equals mx plus b. But this one is a little tricky. I absolutely love this problem. It says find the equation of the perpendicular bisector to the given segment with these endpoints. So I'm going to graph this point first. So negative 3, 5. So left 3 and up 5. This is y. And z is positive 1, positive 7. So I have this segment. So what is the slope of this segment? If I were to find the slope, well, it's rise over run. So I can see that it rises 2 and it runs 4. Okay, 2 over 4 reduces to 1 over 2. It's 1/2. Which means I know my slope. My slope has to be, it says perpendicular. So my slope is the opposite reciprocal to a positive 1 over 2. So that is negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. If you want to have it over 1, go ahead. If not, that's fine. Now, unlike problems 6, 7, and 8, I don't know a point that is on the perpendicular bisector. I know one, I'm just not given one. Y is not on the perpendicular bisector. Negative 3, 5 is not on that perpendicular bisector. The point Z is not on the perpendicular bisector. But I'll tell you what point is. Because of the word bisector, the midpoint is on the perpendicular bisector. So I found the slope. Now I'm going to find the midpoint. And just like in problem 1, the midpoint is the average of the x's. So my two x values are negative 3 and positive 1. So add them up and divide by 2. So negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, divided by 2 is negative 1. And to find the y value, I'll add my y's together and divide by 2. So 5 and 7. 5 plus 7 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. Now I have everything I need. Now I know the slope and I know a point. So when I use my y equals mx plus b, now I know a y value. My y value is 6. I got it from the midpoint. The m is negative 2. The x is negative 1 plus b. Now that is negative 2 times negative 1 is 2 plus b. To get b by itself, subtract 2 on both sides. 6 minus 2 is 4 is my b value. So I know my m and my b. So the equation of my line is y equals, the m value is negative 2x, and the b value is 4. So plus 4. Now some people may have taken a look at the graph and said, well, instead of rising 2 to find the midpoint, what if I just rise 1? Okay. And instead of running 4, what if I run 2? Okay, right there's the midpoint. Well, you can see that the coordinates of that midpoint from the origin, it's left 1, up 6. That is the point negative 1, 6. So you could have looked at it graphically if you did not want to find it algebraically. That is the end of video 2.